Wholeness today is 3/8/2024. There is a new moon tomorrow night. In the transition between 3/9 and 3/10, the peak time for the new moon is 5 a.m. So, again, by my reasoning, my experience, and my practices, if it occurs before sunrise, it belongs to the night before. So, the peak of the new moon occurs before sunrise on 3/10, so therefore the new moon is officially on 3/9. It's still in Pisces. Also, the other thing that takes place right before that, I think it's at 3 a.m., is daylight savings time. So you spring forward. So time changes, the new moon occurs. So time changes, and with the new moon, you have a release and a reset point. Time is in favor of you getting out of stuff. But again, it's going to be up to you. It's always up to you. Everything is a choice. Even when you don't honor that there is a choice, even when you have been tricked into the programming that you have to choose from what's placed in front of you, it's always a choice. In this year of manifestation, that's becoming more evidently clear than anything is that you have a choice. It's just you're used to choosing from what you've been told that you don't want to do anything different. And again, with Pisces being the sign of separation, that which separates, I mean, that which denotes the feet, what you're standing on. If the grounds you're standing on already have you going every which way but loose, that's not a good place to start building from. And again, Pisces comes before Aries. Aries comes in with the equinox, even though the equinox begins on the 19th this year. Hell, by some charts, Aries begins on the 19th. And by a lot of other charts, Aries begin on the 20th. So on the equinox, the transition from winter into spring, you come into the traditional new year, you come into the quote unquote first sign, Aries. So again, the whole summation is you have time changing as you get to the release of the moon before you get released from the days of the dead, winter, and come springing into life. So let's just see real quick how the full I'm not sorry, not the full moon, the new moon, how the new moon is going to affect the signs. And again, my perspective and experience is the signs are just messages for how you're going to act in this illusion of separation, this matrixed experience. But you got to start somewhere. If you can start to figure out where these signs are not really working for you more than you are working for them, then you can start to energetically use them a little bit differently. It's not that they don't have relevance, it's just that you give them too much relevance and they become another version of a god to you. And again, if you do your research, the astrological system is probably a lot older than most of the deities that are in function today, because they're all mental precepts. They're all just psyche division points. Let your life tell your tale, though. Believe in what you want to believe in, worship in what you want to worship. But if it ain't working out for you, stop working for it on all levels: your relationship, your love, your life, your job, your government, your religion, your belief sets, all that. If you're doing more work for what you believe in, you got to start asking, does it believe in you or does it just like the way you feel? So the new moon release, it's in Pisces. So what is the whole energetic structure of the new moon in Pisces before we start going down the signs? What does the new moon in Pisces represent for this 2024? It's the world card. It's again the point of separation. The two will show you the one. What you have been separated into, these two things will show you which one you become. If you go left and ain't nothing but a field of danger, you still stay in danger. If you go right and there's nothing but peace and solitude, then you get peace and solitude. Both of them are still a trick, though. What made you run? What made you run and try and find something somewhere different? And again, my analogy is that too. It's that Pisces itself. Pisces is a sign of separation. If you build your foundation on something that is already denoted in separation, you won't find wholeness. So, the point of separation, you're either going to be a phoenix or you're going to be a goddess. You're either going to be a phoenix, you're the results of the experiences that keep getting you burnt, or you're going to be the goddess, the source, and the creation point for what's burning you. Remember, I told you the new moon is a point of release. If you start to realize I created a lot of this shit, or I gave life, I gave birth to a lot of this shit, then you cancel the phoenix. If I only keep chasing the phoenix to try and figure out where these fires are taking me, I might never meet the goddess. I might never meet the creatrix, the creator of the trick itself. So that's what the new moon is going to represent. Then we'll just run through the signs. Again, like I said, you're coming into spring, which is Aries. The head's already on fire. The traditional pattern of the way things work in this realm is you're already operating out of Phoenix energy. Hell, your first sign, Aries, cardinal fire. Who started the flame? Shh, that ain't what it means. Let your life tell your tale. So here's what Aries means, where you're just still going down this path of the flame without realizing you're the one holding the lighter, burning your own lighters, looking for a match. Aries, you in a ritual. You should have looked in the mirror. 21 would have showed you 12. When you looked in the mirror, you would have saw the reflection of what was burning you. The only thing you would have found was you. Your hangups. The only thing burning us in this realm is the shit we get hung up on. Again, with the analogy of let your life tell your tale, if the only thing that I'm getting hung up on is shit that's working out for me, that's your choice. You can't really call that a phoenix fire. You can just call that a reciprocal experience. But if the only thing you keep getting hung up on is the same shit that is leaving you in depression and destitution and poverty and anger and all this other fucked up shit out here, that's still on you. You just like the flame. You're just trying to find something that don't burn you so much. You like staying stuck in shit. Taurus, you just looking for stability. You just trying to find the best two to find control of. I'm just trying to connect to whatever's going to show me the highest sense of control. And somebody commented this on one of my TikToks a while ago. And it was like, basically, young man was saying something about how he has a battle with control for his thoughts. And my advice was stop making it about control. And I've been saying this for years. Control denotes a struggle. When you start challenging things on levels, and a lot of younger practitioners and older practitioners will understand that. When you come into an encounter with an entity or some kind of thought form, and you come in there aggressing it, and instead of trying to figure out what it is, you might be in for a fucking show. Versus sitting back, gaining awareness, what's its intentions, what's its purpose, how did it get here, now let me figure out how to handle it. Because sometimes just talking to it gets rid of it. Versus I'm going to come in and I got my holy water and my sage and my Palo Santo and the keys of Solomon and all this other shit. You see what I'm saying? You just want to stabilize. You want to stop the ability of what's there from harming you when what's there might not be there to harm you. What's there might only be a reflection of where you already harming yourself. Oops. You might already be stuck in shit, Taurus. Just trying to stabilize the shit because it don't smell no more. Why? Because you've honored that damn two. That thought of separation, that Gemini energy. I'm going to use this to become a better that. But I have to become that to become this. Holy shit. Divisive mindset. Just all over the place. Gemini, all over the place. This new moon might show you to be all over the place. Again, Aries, this new moon might show you where you keep getting caught up in shit and you keep sacrificing your energy. Taurus, you might find out where, holy shit, I keep getting caught up in shit and I'm just trying to stabilize the shit. Gemini, I keep getting caught up in shit and it ain't showing me the proper journey. 7, it ain't showing me. What is the spiritual journey in this realm? You. That is the spiritual journey in this realm, is you. Not what you can become, it's what you already are. What you can become is alchemy. That becomes the shit I gave my time to, the chariot card, the journey I went on. It'll show you where you've been careless. And it'll also show you where you should care less about the mess. Again, that is a dangerous thing in this realm, especially nowadays where people say, well, you just don't care enough about what's going on. No, I care more about me, and I see where all this stuff is designed to keep me pulled apart. A lot of this shit is just distraction because even if I decide to care about it, you don't care enough about it to make a change. So the only thing we're doing is caring about something that don't care about us. And it's holding all the energy, and we out here trying to get something back. That's a stupid journey. But that 7, 2023, that showed you who you are, That's the one a lot of y'all are on this year. You're on a careless journey of still feeding your energy into shit. They don't give a damn about you, and you still waiting on change. You still waiting on currencies. You still waiting on change for things to become something, for things to become different. But it's already happening because you're not the same. You're overly invested. You're emotionally distraught, and you just going through the fucking journey. You need to release. So that Gemini energy out here show you where you have carelessly went on a journey of giving your energy into something else that has only pulled you apart because you forgot to hold yourself together, which means holy shit, you're your own cancer. You become your own cancer. New moon, you become your own cancer because you love that shit. You over invest. Holy shit. LOVE. Loads of vast energy. That is a pure cancer. A cancer is a growth. Remember right here? The growth was on the inside. You become your own cancer. You did not know who you were and you wanted things to show you a safer version of how you want things to be, which means the reflection component is you didn't have safety within yourself. Because if you found safety in yourself, you wouldn't hit your cart or your horse to shit that ain't gonna do but pull you apart. But you've invested in this struggle mentality of thinking that if I tie my foundations into everything that I keep on finding, maybe one day I'll find me. How's that working out for you? Feeling sick lately? And this is not me trying to be funny. This is just being real with you. Feeling sick lately? Under the weather, a little depressed, like energy is just nasty. It's a little bit too peoply out here. It's a little bit too peoply out here because you ain't being personal enough and self in here. Your ego is running your show. So your cancer is your ego. You about to go into Leo. This new moon showed cancer. That shit you love might really be cancerous to you. You might want to reinvest the use of your energy. Or you can keep on doing it because your ego, your energy that you keep on generating and operating, won't allow you to be still. Won't allow you to be still. Lilith, you like the wheel of fortune. You won't be still. So you keep giving loads of vast energy to what's already overwhelming you because you figure if you pay so much attention to it and you get everybody else's energy invested in it too, then it'll stop. Sorry. A parasite that feeds off of energy ain't going to stop feeding off of energy if more people feed it energy. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. If all somebody does is get off from being fed energy and attention, why would they stop when you feed it energy and attention? You ain't gonna do nothing but overwhelmingly drain yourself and overwhelmingly make it stronger, even when it's not gonna work out on your behalf. Praise and worship. Sorry, going on to the next one. Virgo. You can overwhelmingly keep on dumping your energy into shit that you want to see change. And again, like I told you, the only thing being changed is you, which means eventually once you deplete yourself, you're going to need to go into reinvention. Virgo energy. You're going to need to be reborn again because I died to that last experience. Why did I die to that? Why did I die to that experience? Because I forgot to give me life. I kept giving my life to what I was invested in. So the Virgo energy is show where if you keep investing your energy into your traumas, it's going to keep on requiring you to be reborn. Remember, the new moon's a release point. Think about it. You on a Ferris wheel, and it won't stop. Well, hell, if I got to save myself, when it gets close to grounding, then I'm gonna jump off. If I don't jump off in time, I gotta wait for the next cycle. If I don't get off in time, I gotta wait for the next cycle. That's how Virgo's mind works. They are just going through cycles and trying to find the safest spot to get off. How about you find out how you got on the ride altogether? Why don't you ask yourself why you keep getting on the ride instead of trying to figure out how to get off that motherfucker? Virgo. Oops. The queen of earth. The influence over what I feel grounded in will leave you ungrounded because it'll have you being pulled apart. This is that Ferris wheel. This is you are investing in too much shit that's going on around you that you can't hold yourself together and you don't know how to release and let go. So Virgo, that 3 and that 1, whereas 1 and 3, 13 is death, this is the reflection. The reflection of what's killing me might be the shit that I keep on giving my life to. I think I just said that about that love and that overwhelm though. What you keep giving your life to is what's in some levels killing you. So you got to make the assessment. If what I'm giving my life to, my energy to, ain't giving life back into me, holy shit, reciprocity, I'm my own death. Why? Because I'm holding death in balance. I'm giving all my energy into the same shit that is killing me, but I'm trying to find balance. It already told you everything you need to know. Libra, this new moon, it already told you everything you need to know. If it ain't showing you life, why are you giving your life to it? Oops. Oops. Because you timelessly caught in a cycle. This again is your ego. This is, I have made a timeless decision to keep pulling myself together. I mean, keep pulling myself apart because as a Libra, that's the only way I'm going to find balance. That's a sickness. Telling yourself that you have to get out here and give your energy into something to learn to find balance with it when its old balance was, I'm going to pull you apart. Self-sabotage. Then you get mad at it for not doing what you wanted to do when it is doing exactly what it told you it was going to do. Or pull you apart. So then now you figure you got to kill it instead of realizing giving it my time and attention, that parasite again, is what's killing me. Scorpio, stop thinking that you got to get out here and kill everything that's designed to kill you instead of just having awareness that I can't give it my energy. You can't give everything your energy. You can't give everything your energy. This is the God card. I need to be more selfish. Selfish about what? Me. 3 and 4. What I keep communicating with will be my trap. 3 plus 4, 7. What I keep communicating with will trap me and it'll be what I become. Why? Because it'll be the only thing I have balance with. And if I'm in a balanced act of something that is not giving me balance, I don't think I have to kill it more than I will take accountability and responsibility for how that motherfucker got there. Oops. How I got there? Oh, for you, because you hid from yourself. You paid, Scorpio, you paid attention to everything that you generated and operated. Now you think you got destroyed. Ophiuchus, the hidden one. Ophiuchus, the hidden one. That fucking 7. 3 plus 4, 7. The Tower card, 1 plus 6, 7. Kali Ma, you was already your own force of destruction. You were one step away from destroying yourself. And then when you attached into the system of balance or something else, that was that one step. That was the journey. How can I destroy myself by giving my time and attention into experiences that ain't got nothing to do with me, but I got everything to do with it? And I'm going to call it order. You right. May I take your order? Yeah, I like a large plate of death and wasted energy. Coming up. What's it going to cost you? Uh-oh, Thanos. Everything. Everything. Because I hid from me. I ordered everything outside of me to find me. But everything outside of me was just me in separation. Once everything outside of me in separation finds me, guess what the fuck it's gonna do? Pull you apart. Oops. And then you'll be hung up in what's pulling you apart because you forgot to hold you together. Yikes. But you can always go on a journey. New moon, Sagittarius, you can always go on a journey and try and find yourself by all the stuff that pulled you apart. But remember, it didn't get there until you authorized it. Uh-oh. That don't make sense to me though. Apathy. That don't make sense to me. There's no way I do this to myself. There's no way I reincarnate into this planet. There's no way I blah 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 blah. Apathy. You paid more attention to the shit that you were swimming in, that shit that already pulled you apart, than why you kept on reflecting on that bad 6. Remember I told you that 6, that load of vast energy that you love, was just really a bad foundation. It was just a bad foundation. And remember I told you at the beginning, if you build your foundation on traumas, you're going to keep on traumatizing you. So you have gotten to a connection with them traumas, and it's the only thing you keep on finding. And because they are just you in separation, you don't have no empathy for your wholeness. You only have apathy for your wholeness. I don't know what that shit is, but I got empathy for everything to keep pulling me apart. So Sagittarius and New Moon, you keep on going a journey trying to find yourself. You can keep on finding everything that pulls you apart until you learn to hold yourself together. Because once you find something that helps you hold yourself together, you'll stop pulling yourself apart. Good luck with that. Because from the common day mindset, that takes you into Capricorn. That takes you into the traditional sea goat. That takes you into the quote unquote God of thought. You're gonna try and outthink the process of finding what can hold you together. But remember, I told you you already are apathetic to holding yourself together. So you giving too much power to what's already pulling you apart, trying to find the right ones to hold you together. For the slow person who probably didn't get that, and yeah, I said it. What that means is everything that you're keeping your energy to, that you have to work for, really wasn't yours to be working for in the first place. But you're willing to make changes within yourself by trying to change the minute changes in what you're giving your time and attention to, because it'll become a better fit for you. But the whole problem was you changed you to fit it. You just needed to control the fit through it. Take your time with that one. Go back and look at that one about 4 or 5 times before you figure that one out. So Capricorn, you're trying to rule over everything that you should be releasing by holding on to it. The only thing you released was you. The only thing you released was you, my dear magician. You trying to rule over what you're supposed to be letting go. You just manipulate yourself into holding on. You just gave your magic to what was already designed to pull you apart. Holy shit, them parasites. You became the god over what was already parasitically pulling you apart. Now you became the source of your own destruction. Aquarius energy. You pulled yourself apart trying to find a safer one to hold together. Neither one of them was you. Aquarius and New Moon, stop trying to find a safer space to be you and just be you. Just be you. Get out of the ritual. Realize that, holy shit, me paying attention to anything that means to hang me up means I become the source of self-sabotage. I'm my own martyr. If I give my time and attention to something that has not already shown me it is working for me as it is, that means I'm going to have to work for it to get it to work for me how I want it to be. Back to that Pisces. You got to go on a journey. To become you, you got to go in multiple directions. Huh? In order to become me, I got to split myself and see which one of these me's is better. But is that really you, or is that you in separation? But it's your free will to fool yourself. It's your free will to cross them roads and go on a journey and fool yourself into becoming one of the forces that you see in your separation, which means one of the forces that you saw in your separation was just you forcing separation in yourself. Oops. New Moon says release. It's your free will, Pisces, to release the ideology that you have to keep, Aquarian, being a martyr to the ritual, because the only thing that it is doing in Capricorn is showing you the manipulation of your own magic, because as a Sagittarius, you have more empathy for what you're creating than yourself as the creator. You finding your traumas more than you finding yourself, and 2 + 6 is 8 is a struggle. So since that becomes your struggle, the only thing you're struggling with is what you're creating, which means the imprint of the creator is in the creation. So as Ophiuchus, the only thing you ordered was your own destruction, because there was already a cancer within you. As an Ophiuchian energy, you were already Kalima. You were already in danger. Before you created, you were already in danger. Before you create, there was already a bit of programming in you that said that I'm going to create something that's going to harm me. That needs to be faced. That needs to be faced in the sense of Scorpio, the god of death, is the destruction of God was already within. The selfishness of not seeing me before I decided to create something else is irresponsibility. That comes up a lot. It was like listening to some shit with my goddess the other day. Some old eugenics level shit where they were, basically saying about how it was imbecilic and feeble-minded people who should not be authorized to procreate, not just the racial shit of the unfit, and this is the crazy motherfuckers who, with no morality, telling everybody else that they're unfit to create when shit. But you understand what I'm saying? If you are apathetic to yourself and within, and you don't see your own sicknesses, you'll project your sicknesses on everybody else. So this new moon says where you need to quit projecting all that shit on everybody else and stop trying to kill what you see as unfit in others and find a better fit within you. That was a Scorpio energy. Or else you're going to only find balance with the shit that you keep on giving your time to. And this is timelessness in the sense to where time ain't even real. Time is ever flowing. Timelessness. Time is ever flowing. It is not linear. It can be found anywhere. And you're right, because time, Time, this is my energy. So in the sense of this being Libra, if I want to find balance, I need to find me. I need to find this is my energy before I give it to something else. Before I establish balance with something else, tricking myself into that egoic bullshit of thinking that you got balance, I need to figure out what's pulling me apart. Remember 31, 4, it's a trap. But remember 31, if you look in the mirror, is 13, it's death. So Libra, the shit you find a balance with might be the shit that's killing you. How I know? Virgo. Because it's going to be the same shit that you have to keep on resurrecting in. Another 31. Holy shit, there's that 13. The shit that I worried about, the shit that I gave my energy to was my mortality count. Everything I give my energy to has the potential to kill me. Why? Because as Leo, it is where my energy is being generated and operated through. It becomes the wheel that I run on. And the wheel that I'm running on can overwhelm me if it is running me more than I'm running for myself. If I'm campaigning for somebody else and voting for them more than I'm voting for me, I've only voted for my own destruction. But if I'm ritualistically caught up because I'm my own cancer, I might love that shit. I might love my own destruction because I'm used to giving out loads of vast energy and not getting a goddamn thing in return. Why? Because I'm going to try and find a better way to process this because I'm a Gemini, so I can outthink the system without realizing the system already outthought me by making me think. It was careless to think that you going to beat the program that programmed you because it already programmed a part of you to think that you can program it. Huh? You stuck. Shh. Just stabilize your thoughts. Taurus, just stabilize your thoughts. It's the element of earth. Just stay grounded in the shit that you think that you know. But if the shit you think you know keeps you grounded out, you might want to stop knowing it. Why? Because it's going to leave your mind on fire. It's going to show you the whole ritual. That shit that you hung up in, that shit that you believe, that shit that you will not release under this new moon will be the only ritual you keep on going through. And the moon don't care. The moon said rejoice in you because I'm going to rejoice in me either way it go. Why? Because even though I turn my back on you today, says the new moon, you'll be waiting on me to show my face tomorrow. And I'll be right there to take your energy. Why? Because you don't know your light. But I'll keep giving you a chance even when I show you my dark. You'll just see what you've been told, though. And who told you? And have you been tired of hearing? And when will you try something different? Let your life tell your tale.